I'm going to show you how to do the knit stitch, the basic knit stitch that will turn into garter stitch. So this is a very common stitch. Here's an example of it here. It's very commonly used in a lot of patterns. It's the most basic stitch that you can know, that you can use. Many of the easy patterns have this stitch for beginners. A lot of my patterns use it, and it's a very simple one to learn, and it's a great one for you to know, okay, if you're just starting out. Again, I've got some chunky needles, size 9mm, and some thick yarn here to show you. So with your stitches that you've just cast on, I've got 8 here. The first thing that I do is I put the tail yarn, the yarn that's not going to be used, into my left hand. So I just keep that sort of out of the way, because there's nothing worse than starting to knit with that and then having to unpick your stitches. So the yarn that's attached to the ball here, the working yarn, we keep that in our right hand because we're working with that one. So the first thing that you will do is put the needle that's in your right hand, you put through the back of the first loop there on the left needle. You bring your working yarn around the back, pull it through the front like this, push the needle up and off that loop, off the end of that needle. Okay, try and keep your stitches quite loose. Don't pull them too tight. When people first start to knit, they often, pull very tight, which can create problems further down the line, and it'll stop you from sort of wedging your needle in there. So just keep them nice and loose. Again, push that needle, the right needle, up through the back of that loop there. Bring the working yarn around like this, pull it down, push the left needle up, and then the right one goes through there, and you pull that loop off the end. And then we've created a stitch. So again, push the needle through the back of that loop, bring the working yarn around, pull that stitch over and off the end like this, and now you can see it's starting to grow already. So again, through the back, working yarn around, pull it down, push that needle through there and off the end of the needle. And that just continues for every stitch that you're doing on those needles. And that is known as garter stitch, which you will use time and time again. And once you get to the end of your row, all you do is turn your needle, so this is the back, and then you just start again. Some students have a problem starting a new row, and it's the same thing. So you just push the needle through the back there, bring the yarn around, pull it down, up and off. So through the back, working yarn around, pull it down, push that right needle through the loop and off the end. Okay, and just continue to do that until you get to the end of the yarn of the work, and then you will see that your stitches are growing, your fabric's growing as you're working. So we get to the end there, and there we have it, it's already grown. And then again, you just turn it round and you start again, and you can see that it's starting to grow there. We're building the stitches. Okay, so if you're doing a sample, just practice and do a sample to begin with before you start an actual project. And just try and practice, because when you're starting out you get a lot of holes. It might be all kind of a crazy shape, so just practice doing that before you take on any projects. Okay, so thanks for watching.